Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking a little bit more about Spider-Man No Way Home, as we have some new details pointing towards the fact that Venom could be in Spider-Man No Way Home. Before we get into it, if you guys are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss any time I upload a new video or I go live. Both are wasting more time. Let's get into it. So before starting the video, I do want to mention the elephant in the room when it comes to talking about Venom. So there was a screener for Venom, a fan screening. I think it was in London, and Tom Hardy basically had to convince Sony to let them do this fan screening because he wanted fans to see it on his birthday. One mistake that Sony made while doing this fan premiere was that they didn't make fans sign an NDA. If you guys don't know what an NDA is, it's basically a non-disclosure agreement, so they can't spoil the movie for anyone that's not watching it in the theater itself, obviously, but they didn't give that out to the fans. So the fans basically, after the movie, went out and said everything that they wanted to about the movie. I personally haven't got the movie spoiled for me, but one big thing that did get spoiled for a lot of people online was the post-credit scene. And before the movie even began, Tom Hardy literally told them, whatever you see in the post-credit scene of this movie, do not repeat it outside of this theater because it's a really big deal to all of the fans.
What you see here, when you leave here, let it stay here, yeah? Yeah. Is that a deal? Because I'll just stop the film if I feel I can't trust you. So can you promise me, and I'm a good sensor character, I can smell you. Will you promise me that whatever you see at the end of this movie, during the credits, you will let it stay here?
It's also a really big deal for the whole entire Venom series going forward, as well as the Venom character. I know kind of what happens in the post-credit scene. I know what it affects, that's all I'll say, but I don't know how it plays out. I don't know anything like that. And I'll be honest, I basically predicted the post-credit scene already before I found out what it was. But not to worry, I'm not going to be talking about it here. I'm not going to be talking about it at all. I'm not going to talk about the post-credit scene of Venom at all in this video. So nothing that I'm saying in this video will relate to the Venom post-credit scene that was leaked. I do want to move on to talk about what I really want to talk about in this video, which was Venom appearing in Spider-Man No Way Home. So yesterday in the afternoon, there was a director that posted a photo with Tom Hardy on Instagram. And at first glance, there's really nothing special about this photo. But when you zoom in, you see the hat that Tom Hardy's wearing. So now you might be wondering, okay, it's just a normal Spider-Man No Way Home hat. There's nothing special about it. You guys are just speculating way too much. But then we realized that a few months ago, we got a photo from someone working on the Spider-Man No Way Home set, but they had the same exact hat. They were working on the movie. So all the cast and crew got that hat. And Venom, Tom Hardy himself, is wearing the hat, which kind of comes to show that he is part of the cast and crew. This could, again, all be a coincidence. Sony is making Venom, so Sony's making Venom Let There Be Carnage, Sony's making Spider-Man No Way Home, so it could obviously just be a correlation. They're like, wear this to promote the next movie, blah, blah, blah. It could just be a coincidence. But at the same time, it's really not, because of all of the articles that we've seen over the past few weeks regarding Venom and Spider-Man. So the first big rumor came out almost a year ago now on October 10th, 2020, where they specifically said from Daniel RPK, which is one of the most reliable leakers and sources in the entire movie industry. He said that it's a rumor that Marvel is eyeing Tom Hardy to join the ever-expanding cast of Spider-Man 3 as Venom. So honestly, this has been a rumor for a very long time. I feel like we're going to see him in the movie anyways. I kind of predicted that we would see him in some capacity, but I honestly don't think he's going to be a big part of it. People are saying, oh, he's going to be the sixth member of the Sinister Six, since we haven't really seen him yet. I don't think so. I don't think it fits in the story at all. Also, if you did notice, all of the villains that are going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home, they're all villains of the past Spider-Man. Venom, this version of Venom, is not the past version of a Spider-Man character. Andy Serkins, who's the director of Venom Let There Be Carnage, suggests that a Venom and Spider-Man story will be coming very soon, and he said that it's going to happen eventually, but we shouldn't rush it. Now, I do think obviously it's going to happen down the line. If Sony wants to integrate into the MCU, which I think they already want to do, then I think it's going to happen anyways. But what's even more interesting, and this is pretty recent as well, Tom Hardy himself said there is a Venomverse, there's a Spider-Verse, there's a multiverse, there's all kinds of canon and lore and mythology to explore both laterally and forward in time. I think with the right people and the right planning and feedback from the audience and understanding it's about making the right choices at the right time, even with foresight of understanding where things may go already or where they wish to go, it's a combination of all of those in the alchemy of what it will be. This is basically explaining that Venom 3 is going to be somewhat of a multiverse movie, not necessarily like a Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness or Spider-Man No Way Home or even The Flash. I don't think it's going to be that level of multiverse, but I still think it'll maybe even be like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where we have a combination of Spider-Man coming together or something along those lines. Maybe a live action Spider-Verse, who knows? But I think that there will be something of Spider-Man coming together primarily in Venom 3. Now, my prediction for upcoming Venom / Spider-Man movies is going to go like this a little bit. I think it'll be Venom and Spider-Man versus some villain. I'm thinking if they don't fully defeat Carnage in this movie and Carnage still lives on in some capacity, then it can be Venom and Spider-Man versus Carnage, especially since Carnage is a really big Venom villain. I don't think they should only use him for one movie, but we'll see what happens with that. But I do think it'll be some sort of team-up movie between the two, going up against one villain. And then by the end of that movie, I feel like the villain could infect Eddie Brock / Venom and make him evil. Because as of right now, Eddie's not really evil. They have more of a symbiotic relationship. It's not really a parasitic relationship. So Eddie and Venom are actually friends. They're cool with each other. Obviously, they have issues, but they're not evil per se. And so it wouldn't really make sense for him to fight Spider-Man. But if there's something that's slowly killing Eddie on the inside, and then Spider-Man tries to save Eddie, but Eddie doesn't believe it because he's been part of the symbiote for so long, and then maybe the symbiote gets onto Spider-Man, and Spider-Man kind of realizes what the actual issues is. That's how maybe he realizes that Venom is killing him, and then the symbiote goes back to Eddie because the symbiote might know that Peter knows that it's killing him, and then we can have a Venom versus Spider-Man matchup, and I think that'll be absolutely awesome. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I know it was a little bit on the shorter side, but I just wanted to explain this to you guys and my little theory behind how I think Venom and Spider-Man will cross over in the future and how I think they'll end up matching up in the big near future, just because I think it's a super big deal that Venom and Spider-Man meet because those two stories are massive, and when they collide, it could be a massive event. And also, I really think it's the only way to top No Way Home. Like, the only way you can top all 3 generations of Spider-Man coming back is a Venom versus Spider-Man story. And so I think this is important news, so I just want to get my word out on it. Let me know what you guys think of all of this in the comments down below. Also, try not to spoil the Venom post-credit scene if you guys know a little bit about it, just so other people can actually enjoy it in the theaters. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.